Hello and welcome back, most beautiful family in the whole wide world. I hope you all are doing well today. Listen, I got a great video for y'all today. Maybe great is not the best word because I'm already heated over this topic, quite honestly. All right. First, if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Remember to give this video a like. Remember to share. Remember to leave me a comment too, that way we can have a dialogue. So in this video, Vivica A Fox is responding to what Taraji P Henson said about being a black actress in Hollywood. It just acting in general, being a black actress and not receiving the pay that you deserve, that she's been fighting for it for so long, and that is something that she has not seen change since she started acting, and she started over 20 years ago. So I have to say, I consider what she has to say very legitimate and valid. And you're stopping by for the first time, thank you as well. Please consider becoming a part of the most beautiful family in the whole wide world. All right, guys, let's get into this video. So
we want to know, do you feel like now is the perfect time to have the conversation that Taraji kind of continued over Monique? You know, you're an actress, you've been out there. Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed, and to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that, and I love my girls for looking out for each other, but I'm good.
Okay, so I just wanted to say a few things, okay? First time I watched the video, I just kind of, you know, my response, I had a knee-jerk response, and it was basically, that was basically my response. My response was that her comment, it felt like a slap in the face. Even though I clearly am not Taraji P Henson, it felt like a slap in the face. It felt that she was discounting Taraji's experience and the experience, quite frankly, of so many black actresses. For decades now, they are being snubbed when it comes to pay, recognition, acknowledgement, awards. They are being snubbed over and over and over again, and everybody's not making it up, and everybody's not imagining it. So clearly it is an issue. It is a real issue in the real world that we live in, okay? And of course that includes pay as well. Let me just mention that. Forgot to mention that. So I didn't appreciate Vivica's comment, her answer. Rather, I felt that it was catty. I felt that it was immature. I think the sad thing is that we are in a time where I am seeing a lot of black women excelling in every industry, not just in movies, not just in media, but literally everywhere. And I have to say, just as a side note, every time I see Taraji, it puts a big smile on my face, and a smile quite literally in my, okay, maybe not literally, but in my heart, really more so deeply in my heart. She just blesses my soul every time I see her, because the thing I love about her that I noticed years ago, she was at an award ceremony. I'm going to go ahead and insert that picture. She was at an award ceremony. I don't even know which ceremony it was, quite frankly. And the way that she opened up her arms to embrace another black woman, just really blessed. Like I can't even put into words. Gave me chills. I think I was on the verge of tears when I saw it. There is something so beautiful about this woman's spirit, her heart. And I'm going to get back to that in a minute, okay? I'm gonna get back to that. But for Taraji to have reached the place in her career where she is expressing her frustration, okay? And her frustration is not, and it's not solely hers. It is something that has been echoed over and over and over again, okay? Even Cicely Tyson did not win an award for a role in any movies and for any roles that she played, and there were so many. She won an Oscar. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say she didn't win an award. I meant the Oscar specifically. She won toward the end of her career. After she had been an actress for a decade, she won an honorary Oscar, okay? And so to me, even that is being slighted because you're not really being, she wasn't acknowledged, and she didn't win for a particular role in a particular movie. She didn't win for a particular performance. And that's what the Oscars are all about. It is about acknowledging a specific role, a specific character. Yeah, so I feel like even honorary Oscars, you know, we're still slighting, you know, as Angela Bassett just got. You're still being slighted. Those actresses were still slighted in my eyes. Not just in my eyes though, period. Okay, so when Vivica said, you know, I feel like her attitude, her answer wasn't necessarily very mean. It wasn't like obviously catty. It was more like the undertone of cattiness to me. I don't think people realize that even when they're trying to use politically correct terms and they're using tactful terms, well, there is still a thing called nice nasty. Perhaps you've heard of it. And comment below, let me know if you have. That may just be a cultural thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's culture specific. I've heard it many times, okay? And I think there are a lot of females who hide their nastiness somewhat. They attempt to behind really nice sounding words. So I don't know if she's got some type of issue. Who knows? They have both been in the business a long time. And so I don't know if she personally has had any type of direct dealings with Taraji, that she had maybe there was some type of grudge that was developed or animosity that was developed. But that's what it sounded like. And so even if it was some animosity, and even if there was animosity that was developed from afar, just knowing of Taraji as another black actress, that's just where her answer was given to me. That is just what she just sounded jealous and catty. And I think, you know, like at her age, enough. You know, enough is enough. And God, you know, forgive me if that was not her intention and she just came off that way, but that's how it sounded to me. And I know what I definitely did not hear was any words of encouragement. I did not sense at all a genuine, that she had Taraji's back, that she was in any way validating and confirming what Taraji was saying, and that she was on her side in any way, shape, and form. And I just think we need to do that a whole heck of a lot more. Period. It's that simple. Color Purple, and so obviously this is a hot topic because The Color Purple came out, was released Christmas, and so that was just last month. And The Color Purple is just a classic story originally written by Alice Walker, and so it became a play, and so it's been done over and over as a play. It's been on Broadway. It's been on off Broadway as well. It has literally been everywhere. It is just a phenomenon at this point. And so almost everybody has heard of The Color Purple. So you know, Taraji just we're at a point really in history where Black women are being acknowledged more and more for two things, okay? For being trashy, basically, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Or there's the other black woman, the other path that other black women have taken, which is just being exceptional in business, exceptional entrepreneurs, exceptional in terms of their pursuit of education, and really excellence in so many areas. So since The Color Purple came out, and even before that, we had The Woman King, where Viola played the Woman King. Before that, and it wasn't that long ago, that still was recent, even though it was last year. Before that, there was the Black Panther. And so we were really on this high of us, we as a people, lifting each other up, standing on each other's shoulders, publicly showing each other genuine love. And I hate to even go there, but even when Will Smith, that whole incident, that was another Oscar incident of a different kind, obviously. But that whole incident between even Will Smith and Chris Rock, we saw Denzel Washington, and I'm sorry, I forgot who else it was. Somebody else came over to Will. But we have really been on this high of, no matter what, uplift each other, have each other's backs publicly. And because Taraji has always been such a force where that is concerned, with other black actresses, just almost being like a mother toward them, big sister to them, mentor, and such a good pure heart toward all of her sisters, all of her fellow actors. Sometimes they don't want to be called actresses, so that's why I said actors. I just think it's a shame, because the more black women come together and speak out about this, then it brings them, I say us, even though I'm not an actress, but it brings us all closer and closer to this being a thing of the past. It brings us closer and closer to resolve. So sadly, even though she had the opportunity to stand behind her sister, to get behind her and say, this is an issue. This is an issue, because she did not have to say anything about whether or not she personally had the issue. Although I think she's lying about that. I think she did. I think she has. I don't know how she could have not had that issue at all on this planet. All I'm saying is, she didn't really have to say that. She really could have taken that opportunity to not somehow say, well, I'm up here and poor little Taraji, I'm better, I don't have those issues. She could have done better. She could have done better and said, this is an issue, and I stand behind Taraji. We have both been in the business a long time. I know this to be true. I don't know. Something about Vivica tells me she probably does, unlike Taraji, she probably doesn't have a lot of friends in the industry. She probably does not. Because it seems to me that if I were in her shoes, I would feel like, whether or not I agree with Taraji, having other black women as friends in the industry, that alone would have compelled me to just back up her statement. So listen, I've said it countless times, and this is something I talk to my husband about all the time, because I can't even say how many days I'm out and about, minding my business, not messing with anybody, and when I get hate and negativity and rude out loud comments and snickers, it's always from black women. It's always from black women. So I want to say real quick, we do more damage to each other, and I don't think necessarily, like I said, I don't think it was blatantly damaging what Vivica said. Our voices are just not heard and respected the way they need to be. And that is not stuff like that doesn't help. It doesn't help because it says that we are divided. It says that we are against each other and not on the same side. The most hurtful thing you can do when somebody is already hurt, as Taraji clearly, and I respect her. I respect her for being that transparent. But the worst thing that you can do as another black woman in the industry is kind of set yourself apart as if it's just, oh, it's just her issue. I'm good. You know, I could say a lot of things. I'm going to choose the high road. I'm going to do like Michelle Obama said. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So I'm not going to compare Taraji's career to Vivica's. I'm not going to do that. Y'all can Google it, look it up for yourselves. Let me just say this real quick. Because Taraji clearly has not been afraid to be transparent about this issue and how it's affecting her. I would like to encourage her and say, Taraji, we live in a world, if you ever see this video, and know this is coming from my heart, because listen, I always say we are all connected, whether we acknowledge it or like it or not, we are. And if there is unrest and injustice anywhere, it absolutely oppression, it absolutely affects all of us. And until we learn to accept accountability for our behaviors and consider how it affects others, nothing changes. Nothing is going to change by me. I don't like my group, my nationality, us. It doesn't change that way. It changes when we decide to consider others and how our actions affect others, and decide that we don't get to just affect others however the heck we feel like it and however we see fit, because that is something that comes back tenfold, maybe more. Okay, and we are all living that. And sometimes I wonder, like, when are we gonna wake up? Let me say this to Taraji. There's a reason why there are women like Angela Bassett get queen, okay? And so I'm saying to Taraji, queen, for all the work that you have done, whether or not some movies did well is totally irrelevant. I know a little bit about her testimony and how she had a child very early. She did not give up. She continued to go to school. She continued to graduate. She had a dream, and with her child, she picked up and left, headed for California, lived in her car. Her testimony is amazing. Her resilience, her strength, her integrity is amazing. So when you consider all of that, and there's so much more because that is the very, very condensed version. But when you consider all of that and see and watch how I've watched how this woman just continues to uplift and uplift and uplift and uplift and uplift other women when other women are winning, when other black women are winning. And it's never about her, and she doesn't make it about her, okay? So I have to say she has all of my respect. And Vivica, you might want to just do a little soul searching, okay? Because it's so easy for us to just be so snide. But it really takes a whole different caliber of a woman to say, you know what, it's not all about me. And that's what I always see in Taraji. That's what I always see. And in here, my sense is that there is an entire world of people who chase money. It's all about money. Sadly, we think that we can measure a human being who was created by God with great purpose and great gifts. We think we can measure by a dollar amount. We think we can put a dollar amount on people's lives and on how much is Taraji Henson's time worth. Your employer thinks that they can put a dollar value on how much are you worth per hour. And I've reached a place, knowing who I am in God, where I understand that is preposterous, it is offensive, and it is an absolute lie. So perhaps, just perhaps, maybe Taraji's purpose given by God is so big that it's bigger than anybody could pay her. Perhaps that is the lesson in all of this. They will never be able to pay you your worth. He determined your worth. And just know that there are so many lives of countless women whose faces you don't know, whose names you don't know, who look at you, and in here there's a piece of their heart that gets healed every time they see somebody like you, your level of success, you being in the public eye to the degree that you are. Your heart and the love that you carry radiates. How you bless other women, it just radiates from you. And perhaps God needed one of his daughters to be in the public eye to show the world it's not all about money. It's not all about money. We had some great leaders in this world. And it's funny because today we're celebrating Martin Luther King, although I don't think this is really a quite fit celebration for that king. But we can do better. We need to do better if we're going to celebrate him. But it's interesting. Men like him, other great people that have walked this earth, women. I always think about Harriet Tubman. That's my hero. That's my hero. I don't care if that was 5 billion years ago. As a woman, wow, the strength, mind-blowing. And so let's just consider for a moment. Let's look at this whole situation through the eyes of God, and let's look at it from his perspective. Were those people any less great because they didn't make that much money? They impacted the world. They changed the world with their lives, and they sacrificed. Were willing to sacrifice their lives and did sacrifice their lives. And it had nothing to do with money. So perhaps, just perhaps, Taraji P. Henson was set apart because her purpose is bigger. Yeah. I'm going to leave y'all with that right there. And I'm going to leave Vivica with that if she ever sees this. Somebody share this video. Because, we need to see this. We need to see this, and we need to hear it more. It is the integrity, a woman's integrity, that makes her beautiful, that makes her great. It is her heart toward others and toward other women, her ability to nurture other women, to not engage in this, I have to somehow step on you, this thing that women do every single day. Perhaps that is the whole purpose in all of this. Taraji, your path is different. Your purpose is different, and it's bigger, and it's greater than you. You don't know how many women you are blessing every time. How many women sit and watch how you embrace another woman with love that is almost incomprehensible. It speaks volumes, and it really is a lesson for all of us. So guys, yeah, that's about it. I talked longer than I thought I was going to. I pretty much always do. But please help me out. Help this sister out. Like this video, share. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And remember, hit the notification bell as well. That way you will not miss a video every time that I upload. And thank you so much for not considering it robbery to spend time with me here today. I love you all so much. I mean it. Remember, you are your most beautiful self already. Now go ahead and live your most